Welcome back to another session. This is called 10 Foolproof Embellishments on an E minor chord. I'm taking a just ever so slight detour from our series on music theory, although we will cover a little music theory in this, in order to explore some ideas that you can use over minor chords, both as rhythm ideas and as soloing techniques as well. Hopefully this will tie together with some of the previous segments that we've done and the material we've covered. We've selected an E minor today so that I can let the low E ring underneath the ideas. You can hear it a little bit better that way. Also, it's about halfway or so on the neck, so you can see what's going on maybe a little better. There are endless flavors and embellishments and everything else you can do over minor chords. I'm sure you're aware of a lot of these already. But I'm calling these 10 foolproof embellishments. And since I often feel like a fool, it's pretty appropriate, I guess. So we'll take just a quick look at a couple of embellishments that we won't be getting into, but I just want to demo what may not fit in some situations. But I'll call this one the stairway embellishment. Everybody knows the... So we've got a number of notes you can walk down off of that E minor. Let's take it down here at the open position. There's the ninth. Here's the sixth. Here's the ninth. Real nice, mysterious sounding chord, but it will not fit in some keys, so you may not be able to use it in a foolproof manner. Same with this embellishment, walking down. Here's the ninth. It sounds terrific, but you can keep walking that down or back up. Then the minor seventh with a ninth, minor ninth. Now the 11th you can add in safely in almost any situation. So there's an E minor 11th chord. And that also goes along with the fourths. E minor 11th. You can almost always substitute that or use it judiciously. All right, there you go. Enough of that. Try out some of the add 6s, add 9s. Your ear will tell you where they won't work. So why aren't we going to use some of those ideas? Well, let's take a brief look at some basic music theory and find out. Okay, we're going to take a look at some different contexts of the E minor chord. You could find it in a number of situations functioning in different ways. So I picked 5 common diatonic functions, and hopefully that will make sense as we go through here. The first one would be as an E natural minor. So that is related to G. So G is the relative major, E minor is the relative minor. And if you take a look at the pentatonic scale, you see how that relates as well. Here's the E minor pentatonic scale. Here's the G major pentatonic scale. Same exact notes. G major. Same notes. So they share most of the same notes in the chords as well. Here's a G, here's an E minor, here's a E minor 7, and a G. So they're practically identical. Here again, here's an E minor 7. Put the G on the bottom. And you have the relative minor and major. So let's take a look at that E minor in that setting. That's all related to the key of G. Now let's take another instance of the E minor. It's going to be diatonic to the key of C. C, D minor, E minor. In this case, E minor is the third chord in that series if we're talking about diatonic harmony. So let's see. You could do a C2. Take the key of B minor, a B minor blues, say. E minor would be the 4 minor in that progression. Let's take a look at the key of D. E minor, here's a progression in B major that uses the E minor in passing as kind of an altered 5 chord going back to the 1, which is B. What's happening is that each of those situations may require different embellishments or extensions or tensions on the chord, depending upon the key, if you want to remain diatonic to those keys, that is, without going outside of the notes and those scales. So I'm going to show you a few ways that you can take an E minor chord, you can embellish it in what I would call safe ways or foolproof ways if you want. For example, as I mentioned, you have the E minor and the E minor 7, very closely related. More often than not, you can replace an E minor with an E minor 7 if you want a little bit more darkness or color. E minor 7, by adding that D note in there. That's generally a very safe substitution in any, almost any key situation. Another way to do it would be to add the minor pentatonic scales as an embellishment. They'll almost always work without clashing in any way. A little bit plain, but it works, it functions. And occasionally you can add a blue note to it. If you get off of the blue note quick enough, you can't hang on there for too long, and it depends upon the context of the song. Use your ear and use your own taste. So, looks like this may be a reoccurring theme, but I'm going to have to split this video into 2 parts. Stay tuned for part 2 of the E minor embellishments. Have some fun as always. Please check out the description below for links to my other videos and to some pertinent videos I'll include related to this topic. Also click the subscribe button if you would, and thanks a lot for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time.